Welcome, Aquarius. This is your monthly focus for March 2023. And what a month do we have in store for us? Everything is changing. Everything. In fact, Mercury's even decided to move twice throughout it. It's moving into Pisces and Aries, not just one sign. So, everything's about to change. The vibration will feel it. We'll feel the energy shifting. It'll not resemble anything that we are presently sitting in. Let's start at the beginning, okay? Right away, off the bat, March 2nd, Mercury enters Pisces. Now, for you, that's your finances. Okay, so now when Mercury enters Pisces, okay, you have to kind of approach things with a very creative, intuitive, imaginative kind of energy, almost a magical kind of energy. So this is a time when you're talking about money, maybe investments, maybe spending, maybe savings, and you can find solutions to some money problems that you haven't even considered before. Okay, so you can have these fresh new ideas, new creative inspirations, different ways of thinking about money. Okay, so it's dynamic for you. Okay, so start, Mercury is your voice, Mercury is your thoughts, Mercury is your communication. So when you're thinking about, growing your money, see all the things that you want to have. Like, money is just a vehicle, right? Money just gets us things. That's our barter system. We give money, they give us things. And there's things that we want in our life. Maybe it's a trip, maybe it's higher education. Maybe you want to join a group. Maybe you just want more toys in your life. All of which is very acceptable, okay? So for the next 2 weeks, start to talk about it, start to read about it, investigate it, learn about money, different ways that you can invest it, different ways you can make it work for you, different things that you can spend it on, and just break the glass ceiling for it, okay? And just grow those thoughts, because on March the 7th, Saturn moves into Pisces. So Saturn, now he's the rules guy, right? So you're thinking, oh no, here he comes. Saturn shows up and says, hey, what are you thinking about? Well, we can make that a reality, a real tangible reality. So, okay, so we'll take your thoughts and we'll make a plan. We'll make a strategy. We'll make this happen. So it's so important for you to use the first half of March, growing your dreams, growing your desires, thinking about your best life ever. Because Saturn's showing up, and Saturn shows up not for a few minutes, 3 years. 3 years, Saturn is going to be working in connection and conjunction with your dreams, with your desires, and about money, about growing your money. It could also be growing your sense of security. Okay, and maybe it's about how to just take things back a notch and be in the moment a little bit more. On March the 7th, we also have a full moon in Virgo. So for you, this could be a business venture or a closing of a business venture. Okay, this could be about the completion of certain things that you've done up till now. When it comes to business dealings, you might be stepping into something new or looking towards something new. It's also about the metaphysical for you. Spirituality is another one. It's about gaining truth, gaining understanding, gaining wisdom, getting to the core, the heart of things. And it's a very practical and organized kind of energy, this full moon that we're going to be having. So, and it's okay to get lost in your thoughts and dream about your future around this time, because that's only going to fuel it that much more. Now, one thing that's happening that nobody else seems to be talking about, I'm not really sure why, because I think it's kind of big news, but Jupiter and Chiron are meeting in the sky on March the 12th. And I thought about that, and I thought, well, it's kind of, they're both slow moving. Neither of them are quick on their toes. So it would probably take 10 or 12 years for them to actually meet in the sky. And when Jupiter and Chiron meet in the sky, it's about deep healing that we can have in our lives. Okay, and that might be through philosophy, that might be through spirituality, but this deep healing can come in. So it's a great time to sit down and decide what actually serves you, what you actually want to keep in your life, and find out, what might be better to get rid of or to heal from, to let go, to put closure on, perhaps. So, and this could be something for you, it's your voice and how you've been transforming your life, how you do it, your how to on how to step into paths and transform your life and what you do, and going through the changes of life. And it could be your voice. It could be, you're a writer and you've had writer's block or something, and you just can't get through it because somebody gave you a very negative review on one of your books or one of your poems, or, maybe you use your voice in some way and somebody was overly critical of how you use your voice or how you talk to people or how you teach or anything like that. And this has wounded you. What happened was you built a wall up to make sure that you didn't wander into that area again unintentionally, right? But that wall needs to come down. You see now how you really can't go forward unless you remove that wall, unless you walk past through that. So it's allowing in that deep healing. And this could be very life-changing for you to embrace this kind of energy and move forward. Now, on March 16th, Venus enters Taurus. For you, that is your fourth house. So Venus is all about romance and patience and sensuality. And Venus is all about love and money. And it's in your fourth house. So it could very much be leaning into, well, we won't go there because we haven't talked about it yet. But it's your fourth house is family, your home, your sense of safety and security once again. So a little bit of that Taurus energy playing a part here, I think. But pardon me, under this kind of energy, we are reminded how beautiful life can be. And so we will project that probably in our thoughts when it comes to our home, when it comes to our family, about how we feel. And if we don't feel that way about our home or our family, then what changes are we making? Are we allowing? What transformations are we inviting in order for that to be? I can see a lot of people doing home renovations. A lot of people doing home renovations under this energy. But for you especially, home renovations, yes, beginnings and ends of really getting some stuff done around the home, around the family, restructuring, perhaps, moving perhaps. But it's moving to somewhere more beautiful, more enticing, more harmonious. Okay, now it also has to do with money. So anything about love, anything about money around this time, you want to open it up. You want to bring it out. You want to set it on the table so it can be dealt with easily and directly. Pardon me, I have a frog in my throat or something. So hopefully that will cure it. On March 19th, Mercury enters Aries, and this is when the energy gets even more intense. Because Aries is like, the Happy New Year. And so Mercury shoots in there a little bit before the party starts. And so now our voices become very direct, pioneering. We can express our ideas with so much more passion. So, and we could be very restless. We could be restless. We could be impatient under this kind of energy. Now for you, this is your third house, so it's your voice, okay? So when you talk to people, you just, it just gets grand. It just gets, you put the right words and you make it so that people can see it in their mind playing out. Melodic is what I'm hearing. Your voice is melodic. And so utilize that voice to move yourself forward Maybe it's asking the boss for a promotion, or asking somebody out on a date, or trying to show an invention or creation of yours and getting the patent on it and getting somebody to buy into your idea so that you can grow it bigger and better with the protocol you have. On March the 20th, the sun comes into Aries. That's really the Happy New Year's. Woohoo! And we get very bold. The fire happens, so we get quicker to react to things. We are excited about things. We are a little bit more spontaneous in what we are doing and what we are stepping into and what we're saying. It initiates the spring season, the beginning of the astrological wheel, right? The beginning at Aries. So it's time to let go of the past and live in the present and aim towards the future. We're not going to listen to these old stale tapes of, what we used to do. That's gone. Okay, we're just thinking about going forward. And remember that energy. Now I know that Mercury has moved out of Pisces into Aries halfway through the month on us, but Saturn is still there. Neptune is still there. And it's still Pisces. So your dreams, absolutely, grow them. Sun into Aries, and then, so what happens is, if you watch me, on a regular basis, this because I've been talking about it. If not, I'll just give you the Reader's Digest. Over the last 4 or 5 months, the full moons have all been at 16 degrees, which is awakenings. So it's really opened us up to paths and the way we do things. It's really transformed us in many ways. The new moons have all been at 1 degrees, which is a very pivotal, high energy place to be in transit in that part of the wheel. 1 degrees, the very first couple of degrees, very last couple of degrees is when we feel the energy, and it's very potent, it's very bold, it's very strong. And here we are, and guess what? It's like Aries opened up the door and said, "Come on in, sun." And the sun kind of came almost all the way in and then stopped to start saying, "Hey, I'm here." And the moon came up and like, "Come on, move it. I got to get in there too." So the moon is actually at 0 degrees and 48 minutes. So it will be a very high potency kind of energy for exciting, brand new sparks of imagination, aha moments, epiphanies. We start anew. We start pioneering towards something that is propelling us with passion. On the 23rd of March, that's the 20th and the 21st, on the 23rd of March, Pluto will enter Aquarius, your sign. Now, it'll just be a little trailer, okay? It's only going to be around a couple of months. Just give us a flash of what the next couple of decades is going to be in your life, okay? Then it'll shoot back on over, or scurry back on over into Capricorn and finish those chapters. Okay, put some endings to some of the things that we've been walking through and dealing with through Pluto walking through Capricorn. And then it'll come back in the new year, and it'll be with us for a couple of decades. So this will be a very big shift for you. Absolutely. Everybody will feel it. We'll see it happening on the planet, but we'll see it within our own individual lives as well. Now, Pluto. What is Pluto? Pluto is death and rebirth. Pluto is uncovering the secrets. Pluto is the metaphysical, the spiritual. Pluto is our empowerment and how we get power, how we are empowered. And for you, that'll be now in your house. So it's about you and your empowerment. So it's by being true to yourself. Really standing firm in what seeds you want to plant and what paths you want to walk and what relationships you want to be into. It's all about you and growing yourself into a powerhouse of a person. I mean, your presence will be undeniable if you use the energy properly over the next 20 years of your life. It is so revolutionary for you. So if you are an inventor, I could see you coming out with some kind of invention. If you're a writer, you'll have that #1 bestseller. If you are, when you bring out your talents, when you bring out your abilities, you say, "Here I am, this is who I am, and this is what I do, and how do you like me now?" With total positive, wonderful energy. And you share yourself with the world in some way, or maybe it's just the next door neighbor or a close friend or a spouse or your family setting or your work setting or the community setting. But the more you stand in your own truth and be authentic, the more empowerment you get out of this energy. Okay, so and be of service. I mean, be that person that you want to be. If you'd love to give more of yourself but you don't give more of yourself, this is the time to incorporate it into your life. Okay, and so pay very close attention over the next couple of months of the things that you are presented on your path to be a part of or to learn about, because you're being shown for a reason. Then Pluto will leave your sign and go back, and you'll go, I wonder what that was all about. And then boom, for the next 20 years, right? Okay, and last but not least, Mars says, if everybody else is moving, so am I. So Mars finally leaves Gemini after going in sometime in September. I don't even remember the date anymore. But because of the retrograde, it was in there forever and a day, and we got very used to our energy being in Gemini. Well, now it's moving into Cancer. Well, Cancer is more of a nurturing, more of a protective, more of an emotional kind of energy than Gemini is. Now, for you, Mars into Cancer. So, this is your health, this is your well being, and how you are going forward. So, this could be where you and remember, okay, with Mars in Cancer, it doesn't just go, we're starting, boom, we've hit the finish line. It's more like a passive kind of stroll through Cancer. We don't really see the ripples that we are creating as we go forward, but at the end of it all, it's just a wow moment, right? It's like a flower, and you see it in its bud, right? And it's, oh, it's going to be a beautiful flower, look at that. And then, you come back the next day and it's like this, and you're like, oh, it's starting to bloom. It's starting to bloom. And a couple more days and a couple more days, and then one day you walk out and there's that full bloom in front of you, and you don't really see it happening, right? But if you look, you'll start to see some of the ripples that you're making. But it's about keeping your nose to the ground and keep going forward. Now, this is health and well-being, so a new fitness plan, a new way of maybe what you eat, maybe what you do. Okay, incorporating things in and out. Maybe you're going to enter with more spirituality, or maybe it's more of a fitness routine, health and fitness. It could be just your routines too. You could be shaking up your routine in some way. Okay, those mundane things that we do. We get up in the morning, we put on the coffee pot, we brush our teeth, put on the toothpaste the same way, and we start on the same side, and we just go through our days robotically in many aspects. And so this could be where you're shaking the tree a little bit and moving things around and reorganizing a little bit. Maybe you find that it's going to gain you time or energy or resources by doing those things. Okay, we'll get to the cards. Oh, and that's just the highlights. That's just the highlights. Okay, our shadow card and another card to see what's pushing our shadow card. So the shadow card is really the energy. If I was only going to pick one card for you for the month of March, this would be the card that would have come up for you. It's the shadow card. It's the underlying energy that will walk through with you each day of the entirety of March. So we have the Ace of Swords. So it's about aha moments. It's about epiphanies. So, journal if you can, all your thoughts, all the things that call out to you. Very important. I think I said that about Pluto entering Aquarius, entering your sign. It's going to open up a whole new world, a whole new perception to you, a whole new way of going forward, a whole new way of empowering yourself. And you will start to get aha moments. You will start to get those ideas. The lightning strike hits you, or the light bulb goes off over your head. This is the aha moments. This is the epiphanies. This is the revelations. And what is driving it? We have the Knight of Wands driving it. When you sit in quiet contemplation, so invite into your life meditation, prayer, or just sitting quietly in contemplation, maybe going for a walk in nature, getting grounded, having a conversation seemingly with yourself. Talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, the cosmos. Absolutely. And talk about that aha moment, that epiphany. And you might even get those epiphanies and aha moments while you're sitting there quietly. The thought comes in out of seemingly nowhere. Write it down. You're going to want to keep track of these things because some of it all comes together for you. Okay, and you'll be like, oh, I remember that. I remember seeing that. What did I write about that? Okay, our first card is, look at this, the Fool. Wow, it's really a brand new path for you, a brand new journey. You get to reinvent yourself in some way here, and you don't need anything more than what you already have in order to go forward, okay? I'm telling you that. Don't wait until everything is picture perfect and all the ducks are in a row. You don't need to do that, okay? The Fool is here to tell you to jump into Mars running. Okay, to grab the energy and feel really good and confident about where you're going and what you're doing and all the things that you don't even know you're going to be doing yet, and get excited about that. Feel the anticipation. Okay, this means that we are going in kind of a little on the naive side. Absolutely, there will be challenges, there will be hiccups, there will be hurdles, but there will also be some wonderful, beautiful, successful moments to be had on this path as well. We have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands says you have been preparing for this, and right now you're kind of probably deciding. Okay, and it might be throughout the entire month you're kind of deciding. Okay, that little stubby, twisted wand that you're holding and you're looking at, you're contemplating whether or not you really want to go forward with it. Now, the ones behind you actually started out looking like that, but you've walked the path and you've been successful, and they are tall and they are straight and they all have growth on them. So these are the paths that molded you into who you are today so that you can go forward on this path. It's a brand new path for you, and it's going to take passion and it's going to take courage. Did I say that about Mars and Cancer? Okay, if you are not emotionally connected to what you are going after, what you are doing, you will not do it. Okay, you have to put your emotion in it. You have to, with Mars and Cancer and anything that you are going forward for. That's our warrior. Now Pluto's our big warrior, but Mars goes after the challenges, goes towards the successes. And the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is really, reassessing where you are at this very moment. You have obligations, you have responsibilities, and you have things that you want to do. And somehow you have to incorporate this all in. And right now the walk is extremely hard for you because you are burdened. Maybe you've got too much on the go. Maybe you've just got a lot of big responsibilities. And it's time to just stop and take a look at those wands in our sack. Now, some of them have growth on them, which means we can go forward. We can take those forwards. They're going to help us on our path. But some of it is just deadwood. Some of it no longer needs to be in our life, no longer holds value. We're done with that energy. Maybe we haven't come to the realization of that. Maybe we slowly will if we take some time to think it through and understand what no longer serves us or has value, so that we can leave it in the dust as we go forward and stand up straight and tall as we do. Now, for work and career, we have, the Knight of Cups. Oh, the Knight of Cups. Well, this is our knight in shining armor showing up. This could be somebody, here's you singing on a bus and they happen to produce records or something like that. I don't know. And this is about enjoying what you do, enjoying the people around you, and not going in and just going in and doing the work and keeping your head down, but to make it like friends meeting for the day. And you're going to spend the day, you're going to be serving customers, or you're going to be building something or whatever it is, but you make it, you grow the relationships. Okay, and it's about growing the relationships. Also, if you're looking for a job, this is, go out and socialize. and you'll probably meet somebody through a friend or something, or through an acquaintance, that actually can help you move into the path you want to. Maybe you didn't even know you wanted that path, so they say, I do this, would you be interested in that? And you go, never thought about it, but yeah, I probably would be really interested in that. So go out and socialize, go out, and the more that you kind of relax under this energy, the easier things will be able to show up in your path to bring it into a tangible reality. Okay, if you're going into an interview, treat it like you're joining the family. Be a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more open about who you are and what you bring to the, and don't be too business-like. I would have to say, don't be too, present yourself as business-like, absolutely, but show that you are a person with a personality, with a history, and with a lot to offer going forward towards the future. For love and relationships, we have the Eight of Wands. Well, if you're with somebody, this is about the expansion of the horizon. So there could be a baby. There could be a new person being entering the scene, okay? If this is a best friend, now there's another person in there, a third person. Now you're like the three musketeers. I think that was four people were for the Three Musketeers, but maybe there's two more people that come in then. This is about the journey. This is about loving the journey. This is about adding things to the journey and enriching your lives through experiences together. Okay, so if you're with somebody, that could bring in a whole new spark. That could bring in a whole new chapter of your life, finding something that you would like to do together and start to grow it. And that maybe it's starting a business together. Maybe it is just taking walks in nature together. Maybe it's just sitting and talking for 20 minutes after dinner or something. Just get up and leave the table, but you sit and talk. So this is about the expansion, and you're going to be seeing probably a lot of things to do. Now, if you're dating, if you're single, I would have to say there's a lot of fish out in that sea, and to take your time and enjoy the journey, and not be too quick to settle down with just one person and say, well, I really like you, so I'll just, delete my accounts off my other dating sites because I really like you. It's kind of like, no, stay open to what's out there, and really enjoy each moment in the now, and not try and look too far forward when it comes to your relationships, but enjoy the journey, the experiences. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. This is in your spirituality. I don't know. Maybe you were a total non-believer before I came up in your video feed, and you're watching for the very first time, and you're like, maybe there's something to this. Wow, it all goes together so easily. The Eight of Swords is about, your perception changes, your understanding changes. I think. I'm going to go back to meditation. I'm going to go back to prayer. I'm going to go back to sitting in quiet contemplation and having a conversation with yourself. And those aha moments that appear out of that, because I know that's going to happen. We've already discussed that. Where you thought you were blocked, where you thought you couldn't move forward in some way, now you can. You see the opening, you see the way through. You understand what was holding you back or what the limitation was. Maybe you put that limitation in place. Maybe you allowed somebody else to put that limitation in place. But this is about being able to move forward in your dreams and your desires, and it's a change in perception, a change in understanding. And I think you'll get that through sitting, a meditation practice. Every day when you first get up, spend 5 minutes and just quiet contemplation. Prayer. Three of Pentacles. This is health and well-being, and this is about rolling up your sleeves and getting to work. That really you can accomplish any goal you set for yourself when it comes to your health and well-being, but you have to do the work. You have to roll up your sleeves and you have to do the work. It's not going to happen on its own. So if you're not taking care of yourself and you've always been kind of lucky, this is the time when it's not going to pay off, okay? So you got to treat yourself well. You have to show up every day and take care of you, and that includes pampering you and loving yourself and knowing that you are a gem. Okay, we will get a Nature's Whispers card. My gosh, they're all over the place. There we go. Okay. Trust your own understanding, 32. Well, I was saying that you have to stand in your truth, right? That's where your empowerment's going to come from. It's a 5 energy as well. So it's about your happiness, your joy, laughter, giggles. It's about your creativity and letting that flow. It's about adding a little bit of romance into your life, perhaps. So I'll hold that card up so that you can meditate on it for the 10 seconds or so it takes me to read this. And I love these artist perceptions because there's pictures within the pictures within the pictures. So take a deep breath, relax, and let go of that negative, stressful energy and just focus on what you see and what it means to you, what messages you're getting from the artist. The information you are receiving is reliable and accurate. Look deeply into the situation before making any commitments. You have the foresight and the ability to discern that there is more here than meets the eye. Everything will be revealed in the appropriate time. Don't feel the need to prove yourself. Be patient and allow things to unfold as they will. Trust in your own observations and knowledge. They hold your truth. So they came back to say, stand in your truth. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.